3.
Welcome to the 28th century. This is the Space Station Alpha, which represents people from 1,000 planets. This is Federal Agent Major Valerian, and I am his partner, Sergeant Valerian.
You went with Valerian this week?
What's the matter, Valerian?
We'll get to that.
You have an issue with this, Valerian?
Oh, Valerian.
What's your problem, Valerian?
Let's talk Valerian.
So, Valerian.
Yes, Valerian?
What is This Week at Four Horsemen,
Valerian. This week at Four Horsemen, as it is every week, we're going to talk about some stuff that's coming up, some stuff that's happened last week, some specials, some cool things that are going on here in the area.
And here's a cool thing, a giveaway we're going to start off the show with.
Valerian.
Magic the Gathering Commander 2017 decks released the last weekend of August, and we're gonna give away a couple decks each week on the show. Well, one each week. And
calm down.
We're gonna give away one tonight. When you hear the word Commander uttered from either of us,
That one didn't count.
That one did not count. Call the store at 304-581-4461 and tell Aaron who your favorite commander is.
That one doesn't count either.
Be the first one to call, and you will win any of the new commander decks of your choice.
That one doesn't count either.
From here on out. The next time we say that word.
Can I say it?
No. Wait. Make them watch more of the show.
Remember Pee-wee's Playhouse? The word of the day?
No.
Oh.
No. All right. New comics.
New comics.
It seems like we've had a new crossover every week for the past 3 or 4. Tell us about this week's crossover, Ron.
This week's crossover, the Cobra and Decepticons are invading Cybertron.
What is the name of the comic, Ron?
Oh, the Hasbro Comics event. I have no idea.
Read the outline, Ron.
First strike number 1.
It is a Hasbro Comics event. It is a crossover between Transformers and G.I. Joe. The story is that Cobra and the Decepticons
are invading
Cybertron, and the only ones who can defend it are the Autobots and, of course,
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. So
the more you know.
Yeah, let's move on to the next comic.
This one looks really good.
Yeah, this is Redlands, which is a new comic from Image. It's from the author of Pretty Deadly and Vision. Basically, it's about a backwoods little town in Florida where the police force is losing a battle of control over the town with a local coven of witches. Of course, it is a horror story. I think it looks really cool. That cover is spookalicious.
That's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's a severed hand, right?
Yep. Continuing with our horror theme, we have the new Zombies Assemble series. If you remember, many episodes ago we talked about Zombies Assemble, which is a manga where the Avengers battle zombies. This is the sequel to that.
Ah, didn't they kill Galactus in the first one?
No spoilers.
No spoilers. All right.
So that's coming back with the first issue of Series 2. Something worth picking up.
Yeah, check it out.
More Marvel.
We got one more. We got a Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe #3 this week. I don't know how he can kill him again, but he's doing it again.
Yeah, and this is only 5 issues long, so if you're not on top of this book, do it now.
Get it.
Yep.
Cool.
And of course, we have our new Star Wars book. Dr. Aphra continues her twice-a-month run. This is issue number 11. I read the first trade of this last week, and I gotta say, it's Star Wars meets Indiana Jones in the best way possible.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, cool.
All right, moving on to the Four Horsemen versus series. Last week, Gandalf triumphed over Ahsoka.
Of course he did.
Well, I really think it should have been closer than it was.
Yeah.
But whatever. I will admit, I kind of... Never mind, I might use that.
Now wait, last week, Twitter kind of...
So last week, the Ewoks won on Twitter.
Yeah. Which I don't agree, Twitter.
And Godzilla won everywhere else, and he had enough votes to win overall.
Right.
Ahsoka actually won on Twitter this week.
Twitter, what are you doing?
But Gandalf won on Instagram and Facebook, getting enough votes to win overall.
All right.
So
Gandalf takes it.
Yeah, he does. All right, moving on to this week's matchup, which is another hard one. Captain America versus Magneto.
This isn't going to be hard at all.
Really?
Magneto every time.
I mean, I do think Magneto wins.
Yeah, he would have to.
But
even if he can't control the shield or anything like that, Magneto is...
Yeah. Steve Rogers has never been just statistics. You can't just say, okay, well, he's this strong and he has these weapons, and this is how he wins a fight.
Right.
Steve Rogers' entire persona is around his spirit, his character, and the
determination and will.
Yeah, so it's really hard to rate. I do think in a straight fight with no assistance, Magneto probably does win, but I would not be surprised if the people vote for Steve and he ends up coming out on top.
Oh, that would be interesting to see.
Yeah,
because I don't agree with that. I think Magneto in a realistic setting, Magneto would just trounce him.
In a realistic setting, this guy who controls magnetism.
He fought the X-Men.
Watch your
all the X-Men.
I'm just saying, what's your word choice?
Oh, okay, I got you.
All right, so let's move on to our weekly events.
What's going on this week?
This is a brief overview of the events that we hold every week here at Horsemen Comics and Gaming. For more details on any of these events, please go to facebook.com/HorsemenComics and click on the events tab.
Yep. All right, so kicking it off like we always do, Wednesday we have D&D Encounters at 6.
Yes, and Proxy Legacy at 6:30 and HeroClix at 6:45.
Thursday Commander Night is from 5 to close, and we're running some X-Wing flights on Thursday from 6 to close also.
Yes, and then on Friday, our 6 o'clock F&M event is Hour of Devastation, Amonkhet Draft, then Modern at 6:30, which you can watch on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
We've also got Friday Night Pokemon come up right at 6:30.
And then on Saturday, we have the Pokemon League at noon, as well as the Standard Showdown at 5 o'clock, and on Sunday, we have Dice Masters at 2, which you can also watch on all of our channels.
Yep, all the channels.
Moving on, we want to talk about the Sealed League. The final week starts this Thursday. So there's just about a week and a half left.
I've actually won a couple games.
You've won?
I've won, like, I think two
mean,
games.
aside from Donnie.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay. Did I actually win that one? Is that technically a draw?
I apparently you won the game,
right?
But I feel like he actually won.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm the same. All right, so we have one more week, which starts this Thursday, which means the following Thursday, match slips will be due on the 17th at 8 p.m., which is when we will hand out prizes. We do have to have those match slips by then. If you don't turn in your match slip, you will not be eligible for prizes.
Yep. And we do have some really nice stuff coming out. And can they still join?
Yeah. Okay. Of course. Obviously, joining the slate, you'd be a bit of a disadvantage for prizes, but you do get to participate.
But there are like random prizes too.
Yes. And also, if you miss out on the Hour of Devastation Sealed League, we are already in the stages of planning for Ixalan Sealed League, which will be coming up in September.
Cool.
Or October. It's close.
It's coming up. Yeah.
I know. These magic releases are
rolling them in.
Yes. And Sealed League has been awesome. Thank you to everybody who's participated.
Had a lot of fun.
I could not have imagined that it's gone over this well. All right. And to show our appreciation to all of our Magic players, we want to talk a little bit about Player Appreciation Day.
This is actually one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, we do this every year. I think there's been 1 or 2 years we might have done it twice.
Because we have awesome Magic players.
Yes, we take an entire Saturday and do a lot of free and discounted events, as well as sales and other giveaway awesome things. We have 4 events this Saturday, 3 of which are free. 1 is heavily discounted. First, at noon, we will be firing free Mini Masters pods beginning at noon. Everybody gets one free one. You can play in more than one if you have to pay for the second plus one. That's your favorite kind. That's your favorite way to play Magic.
It is. It is. I will play Mini Masters all day long.
Yes,
it's so much fun.
We also have a free Modern event at 1 o'clock. We have our free Standard Showdown at 5 o'clock, like we already said, and then we have a Chaos Draft at 6 o'clock. That's only $10 to play.
That's a pretty good deal.
10. Cool. And I will also be doing free Magic the Gathering demos all day long. So if you have any friends or you know anybody who's interested in learning how to play, bring them in.
We should have Donnie doing the demos. Is he busy this weekend?
I don't know. Let me
text him. See what he's doing.
Right.
Well, we've also got on Saturday, we've also got the Warhammer 40K 8th edition tournament. It starts at 10. The first round begins about 10:30.
Yeah, it is a 2,000 point event. That was fast.
You got back already?
What is that? That's inappropriate.
Donnie, come on.
That guy. Why do we
talk to him?
All right. Also on Saturday, we have Pathfinder Society, which is meeting at 11:30. Yep. Come in early to guarantee a seat. They are doing the raid
on
Cloudborn Keep. Yes.
It's so ominous sounding.
Everything sounds cool.
Yeah.
It's like straight out of Skyrim.
Yep.
For more details on the Pathfinder Society, please go to facebook.com/group/WVPathfinder.
Yep. We've also got a Modern Cash Grinder the Saturday the 19th.
Yes, that's an upcoming event. It's next week on the 19th. It's at noon. $20 to play. There will be cash prizes.
Nice.
And it's a great chance to test for the Four Horsemen Eternal Festival.
That's going to be cool.
Yes, and
Speaking of which,
we did say last week that we were going to have our playmat to premiere tonight, which unfortunately we do not. Our artist is taking a little extra time to make sure it's absolutely perfect.
Yep.
Yes, so we will have that to premiere next week, as well as Donnie. I think he had some contributions to the Eternal Festival that he wanted to make for the show next week.
Great.
Audible sigh.
Yes.
Audible sigh.
I've seen a lot of him up front lately.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of weird.
We'll bring that up next week, and we'll also have details on the Commander 27 2017 release as well.
Oh,
so lots of information next week.
Did that one count?
Sure.
I think that one counted.
Yeah, that counted. Aaron, answer the phone. All right, moving on to a local Magic event that is not at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming. The West Virginia Junior College is hosting a day of Magic the Gathering fun this Wednesday, the 9th at 1 p.m. They will have a competitive modern tournament at 1 o'clock with a $5 entry fee. The winner will get a Ronus the Indomitable.
Indomitable Rex?
Say Indomitable five times fast.
Indomitable. Is that 5 or 6? Indomitable.
I said it right once, yeah.
I said it right every single time. Indomitable.
There will also be casual play, so you can bring your kitchen table decks, your commander decks, just sit around and play. They will actually have a bulk of cards, so new players can build decks from those cards for only $1. You can build an entire deck for only $1.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's at the West Virginia Junior College in Bridgeport.
Right. Not the Morgantown.
Bridgeport.
Yep. Bridgeport.
So,
one of my favorite parts of the show.
Your favorite segment of the show?
It is.
This weekend, Star Wars. Yes.
Yep.
Just premiered a few days ago on StarWars.com is a new immersive multi-sensory game, Star Wars Secrets of the Empire.
Yeah. No.
So we've got a graphic. This is the promotional graphic that we got from Disney and Lucasfilm. Basically, it's VR, but you have a headset and you have body gear and you have free roam.
So this is like laser tag VR.
They are very vague in the article, but basically the sense of what you get is that it is laser tag where you have free movement. It's virtual reality laser tag with free movement. There's a story and missions, and you actually get to interact with other players and with computer players. It looks amazing.
This holiday?
Yeah, it's coming out this holiday season. This Christmas, before the actual Star Wars park opens. Yeah, and it will be available to play in 2 locations only, at the Disneyland Resort and the Disney World Resort.
When are they opening up Star Wars Land this year?
2019.
2019?
Which, realistically, for a lot of families, will be 2020.
Yeah.
Because that place is going to be a mob.
It's going to be packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited about.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be awesome.
All right, moving on to this week in movies. We both finally got to sit down and see Valerian.
Valerian.
Did you like it, Valerian?
Valerian.
Did you love it, Valerian? What did you think about it, Valerian?
Valerian was real pretty. I will give it
was
100%
gorgeous.
props.
Okay, so
it was great to look at.
Eye candy galore. The aliens were cool.
Oh, yeah.
The technology was cool. Like, all the spaceships was awesome.
Yep. Watch the movie on mute.
Story-wise.
Oh, there was a story. I must have missed that.
Okay, so the concept was cool. Like a space station that was gradually built up over a millennia, where like you start with humans, and then one species comes in and adds a chunk, another species comes in and adds chunks. Eventually, over a millennia, the space station represents 1,000 different alien species. The concept was cool.
It's a great idea, and it really had a lot of potential for a really good story.
The script didn't really work out. Writing wasn't real great.
But the acting, no.
Well,
no.
Okay, so maybe Valerian, but our background actors weren't that bad.
Yeah. All right, so you've heard us say the word Valerian 600 times.
If you watch this movie, Valerian?
If you watch this movie, take a little counter with you and click it every time, because I want to know how many times they say the word Valerian. It had to be in the hundreds. Like every time, they always use his full name.
I kind of want to see it again and just go in with like headphones and just like listen to like John Williams music. It's just,
that would actually be very good.
I can't say I hated it because it was so gorgeous, but it was not a particularly impressive film.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about something we did like. Something
So
I like.
I haven't. I'm going to see it probably tonight. Actually. So why don't you tell us about The Dark Tower,
The Dark
starring
Tower.
Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey?
So I haven't read the books. I love Stephen King books, and generally I don't. I know that they don't really translate well into the movies. So since I haven't read the books, I saw this movie completely having no idea what this was about. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I thought the story was great. I thought the visuals were fantastic. It was short. It was over.
I was
going to
say, I was expecting like 2.5 hours, and it's only 95 minutes long.
It's an hour and a half long, and
Yeah,
it's over before you know it. I was actually expecting a whole lot more, like a second act or whatever, and I was like, nope, it's all done.
This is a little
But
odd.
it told the story.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm
good.
going to see it tonight.
Okay.
That's the plan, and I will give you my impressions on it next week.
Do you do impressions?
I do. Anyways, there's nothing big coming out this week, so we'll talk more about Dark Tower next
All
week.
right, cool.
All right, moving on to Horsemen of the Week. I want to give a shout out to local Magic player Jeremy Harmon. And the first, I want to say, he's a great guy.
Yes.
He comes to a lot of Magic events. He's really cordial and patient with new players. He talks to everybody who comes to events. He just doesn't talk to his friends only. He tries to reach out to everybody who comes. But the reason why, Jeremy, and I know you're watching, the reason why I'm shouting you out is I greatly appreciate that you go out of your way to tell us when you like something. Humans are programmed in their brain that they normally only speak out when they dislike something.
Valerian.
And being in the retail business and people who run events and have lots of promotions, I like to think generally we do a good job.
We
but
do.
of course, there are times where we get a lot of negative criticism. Some of them we are worthy of, and some of them we are not. But people in general don't always take a minute to say, hey guys,
You're doing a good job.
I really, really enjoyed this. You did a good job. And Jeremy does that often.
Yeah. Jeremy was one of the games I played in the league. Very enjoyable game. Had a lot of fun.
He's also a very cordial opponent.
He is. He really is. He's a great guy to play with.
And that is why, Jeremy, you are our Horseman of the Week.
Congrats, Jeremy.
Thank you. Always come to our events.
Thanks, buddy. All right, mailbag.
4 Horsemen mailbag.
Mailbag.
See, I need to actually start bringing envelopes and having
Just
a
throw 'em in the
mailbag
sky.
and pulling it out. No, like have it on an envelope and pull it out.
That would actually be really cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool. So this
we
question.
Get mail though. We don't actually get mail. Wait, I think we're about to have some airmail. Well, maybe. Oh, look. Here's the letter.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Alex. All right. This question is actually mine.
All right.
I'm a wee bit of a nerd.
No. Say it isn't so.
I particularly like sci-fi.
Okay.
Star Wars is my favorite franchise. Okay. I'm also a huge Star Trek nerd. I like sci-fi.
Yep.
And anime too, particularly. So I want to know from you, and also I'll give my own answer. What starships do you feel are the most iconic, or just your favorites in all of nerddom? Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first because for me, everybody knows what I'm going to say. It's either like TIE Fighters or X-Wings or anything out of Star Wars, because to me, those were the ones that I grew up with. Those are the ones that I remember. But I also identify with things like Battlestar Galactica, Space 1999. Google it, kids. There's a lot of other shows that had some really amazing ships. Mm-hmm. I actually like all of them. But yeah, they're Star Wars definitely top of the list.
Okay, so honorable mentions: White Base from the original Mobile Suit Gundam, Outlaw Star from Outlaw Star. I also want to say X-Wings and TIE Fighters, because that is like, to me, that's a dogfight. Yeah. When you hear when most people hear the word dogfight, they probably think like Red Baron. Yeah. And, like Battle of Yavin, Battle of Endor. Yep. That's a dogfight. Yep. And then what I would have to say is I had to bring it down to 2 ships. Okay. And
that'd be so hard.
It's real close between them.
Yeah.
And I think at a close second, it has to be the Starship Enterprise.
Second?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Honestly, like, Enterprise should be first. It probably should be first.
Yeah.
But I'm a little biased towards number 1.
Okay.
But I mean, the Enterprise, like, one of my favorite scenes in movie history, like hands down, is Star Trek 3 when they do
Search for Spock?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Search for Spock. I will fight you.
Valerian.
Is the self-destruct sequence.
Oh, yeah.
That gets
That had
me
never been done before.
every time.
Yeah, now they blow it up every time. Every chance they get.
Yeah,
They're wrecking a starship.
they've destroyed the Enterprise quite a few times. But that first time,
Yeah.
wow, like knot in your throat,
Yep.
like this is the Enterprise.
And they just torched it.
Yeah. And then at number 1, it has to be the Falcon. The Falcon to me is endless possibilities.
So unique.
The Falcon is where we always escape on the Falcon. There's always some trick.
Yeah.
What's Han gonna do?
Yeah.
What
gonna pop out of a
Control
secret?
Alt Delete, bang it, wiggle the handle. Like, all right, we're gonna go to hyperspace, but we're gonna do it in the dock. Can you even do that? I never asked that question until I've already done it. All right, how are we gonna get past their shields? All right, we're going to go in at hyperspeed, at light speed, but we're going to go out of light speed once we're past their
the shields.
But once you crash it to the surface, we'll figure it out. Like the Falcon is endless possibilities. Yeah. It's my favorite ship of all time.
I like that. Good answer.
Well, number 1 probably should be the Enterprise, but
all right. What's your favorite starship? Let us know.
yeah, definitely. Tweet at us, message us on Facebook, post on our wall. Let us know.
Text Ryan. I'll give you his number.
I would hate to. Never mind. About made
Moving
a
on?
way inappropriate joke. Moving on. We have a sale this week.
We do have a sale. It is an awesome sale. We're going to give, 20% off the whole store. Everything in the store except for sealed TCG products like Magic, Pokemon. But 20% off. You show your WVU ID or your Fairmont State student ID, and you're getting 20% off everything. Comics, accessories,
Piermont
whatever.
Community Technical College too.
Sure, why not?
Because they're the same school now.
They are?
They are.
Sure.
So,
We'll do that. You have a student ID.
PTNTC.
Student ID, you're getting 20% off.
PCNTC.
You're making those letters up now.
No, that's
You don't have any idea what you're saying.
Piermont.
Valerian.
PCNTC.
All right.
Okay, that made that way more complicated than it needed to be. All right,
So what do we got?
that's
it?
it.
That's
it.
a wrap?
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Wow. All right.
All right, so we've got some social media pages.
Social media?
We'd be very flattered if you would follow us on all of them. Please like our Facebook page at facebook.com/4horsemancomics. Follow us on Instagram at 4horsemancomics. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, 4horseman comics and gaming, at youtube.com/c/4horsemancomicsgaming. Follow us on Twitter at 4horsemancomics. Watch all of our streaming content at twitch.tv/4horsemancomics. And newly added to the graphic, shop our TCG inventory at shop.4horsemancomics.com.
Valerian.
And we are going to try out a viewer suggestion
Yes.
for a closing that's not awkward or drawn out or a terrible joke. That's it for issue number 25.
Is this 25?
This is issue number 25. We are
We're in
on
print.
the presses. We're in the print.
We're in print.
Whatever.
You already blew it up. Good job. Valerian.
Bye, Valerian.
Bye, Valerian.
God, I hate you, Valerian.